Thank you so much for tuning into the Property Show. You're with the West Edition. So, what will we call out for you? Smart, intelligent deals backed with data in some of the prominent markets of West India, Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Thane, Pune and Ahmedabad are covered on this show today. Sameer Jasuja, founder and MD of Prop Equity, joins me to identify the best buys in your budget. But here's a look at what was lined up on this show today. First up, the Maharashtra government's push for the new international airport is bringing back some excitement to the Navi Mumbai realty market. Which are the markets likely to get re-rated? Find out on the show today. Also, prime areas of Mumbai covered for top buys under ₹1 crore. Luxury segment has been hit the hardest in this downturn, and Mumbai developers are now experimenting with new models to improve cash flows. Will these work for them and for you if you're on the lookout for luxury home? Next, we head out to Thane and cull out some affordable options. Budget 35 to 45 lakh rupees. Best properties to buy also in Pune, our next destination. Price between 55 to 75 lakh rupees. So that's quite a range there. Homes under 55 lakh in Ahmedabad, also on the show today. All right, let's start with the questions and answers. We've got Murli Nambiar on the phone line with us. Murli, hi, welcome to the Property Show. So, you live in Mumbai?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Where do you want to buy? Which area?
Sakinaka.
Okay. Have you shortlisted a project, or you just want us to give you all our recommendations in this location?
Gundecha Asta.
Gundecha Asta. Okay. So, well, that's what you've written to us in the email. So that's the project that he's looking at. But just a quick first, micro market review of Sakinaka. Sameer, is this, I mean, it's a well-lived-in micro market, everyone knows about it, but I believe some work in terms of superstructure, etc., is going on there, which is likely to re-rate the market, do you think?
Well, this micro market is a micro market which is exceptionally old, completely secondary in nature today. The only advantage is that now the metro is operational and boosts the connectivity of this area. Besides located close to 4 to 5 kilometers to the international airport. Andheri, which is an important junction connecting to CST, Churchgate and Navi Mumbai, will always remain very strategic and very important for all times to come, according to me. And the other part is that due to improvement in infrastructure and connectivity and proximity to workplaces, the residential developments are seeing and continuously will see uptrends, even though the markets are pretty low, because this has really become the affordable market of Mumbai. Anybody who does well professionally cannot afford the South Mumbai, but this is the area where he comes and can afford property.
Okay.
The micro market data first, let's just talk about that before we get into his shortlist. Inventory overhang still causes to be a bit of a concern, 36 months, but that's the nature of expensive properties across the country today. The mid to luxury segment weighted average price here stands at 15,000, and price appreciation compared to other micro markets in Mumbai is still a little healthy, 9% on an annualized basis. The project that you shortlisted gets a go ahead from our side. It's a project which is at 19,500 on carpet area, so on super area it will be well below 15,000 rupees. It's a project that's spread across 1.5 acres of land and has just 2 towers of G+12 stories. It's only 1.2 kilometers from Logitech Park, which generates quite a lot of employment here, and 3 kilometers from the Seven Hills Hospital. Amenities here include a clubhouse, swimming pool and a fitness center. Developer has a good reputation in the market, so you can go ahead with this project. We've got 2 more recommendations which are slightly cheaper. You may want to consider that as well. Palazzo by Anchor Group in Andheri East. The offer rate right now is 11,500, whereas the actual rate is 12,500 rupees. So you can get a good discount on this property. This project is spread across 2 acres of land. Construction is in various stages as such. It's a JV between Anchor Group and Spenta Group. Here also the amenities include a clubhouse, swimming pool and a fitness center and a gym. Crescent Residency, which is the last recommendation by Crescent Construction. Project is spread across 39,000 square feet of land, which is a very small land parcel, as I would put it. Not even really an acre, half an acre literally. Developer is locally reputed over here, and construction is in mid stages. Internal work is going on and not too many amenities to speak about.
All right, so Gundeja project gets a go-ahead, good developer credentials, good connectivity in that market. And in fact, the Prime Minister Modi has proposed 2 new Mumbai metro lines and they've already been inaugurated. These are likely to be completed by 2019. And one of them, which is the Andheri East to Dahisar line, which will run along the Western Expressway highways, another infrastructure which will get added to the metro already in this market, which is of course quite a hotspot for Mumbaikars. Our next caller, Shrikant Yadav on the phone line. Shrikant, hi, welcome to the show. Go ahead. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi, ma'am. My question is that I'm looking to invest in Sai World City by Paradise Group in Panvel. I want to know, is it a good option or do I have some other better options in the near vicinity?
Okay, so Sai World City, Panvel. Now, Panvel is in fact a really interesting market, largest and the most populated city in Raigad district. It's also known, Sameer, as the gateway of Konkan region, isn't it?
Yes.
So, and of course, right after this answer, we've got a discussion lined up on how Navi Mumbai, at least the Maharashtra CM, is giving a big push to the airport, and that could probably re-rate Panvel all over again. But go ahead. What do we have in store?
Just to add to what you said, I think the big game changer was over here that's going to be is the 48.3 kilometer high speed rail link, which is proposed between Panvel and the CST Mumbai, which is going to cut down the travel time substantially by more than half the time that it takes right now. So that is going to be a big positive for this region. And of course the airport, which is being talked about for now almost a decade as such. The project that you've shortlisted, Sai World City, is a very good project. In fact, it's slightly over your budget, so you'll have to up your budget to about by 20 odd lakhs. It's costing about 1.4 crores, unless you can negotiate well with the developer and he comes down, which is a very high possibility. This project is spread across 42 acres, so it's like a mini township in itself. Project is only 1.5 kilometers from ONGC hospital and 4.3 kilometers from the railway station. USP of this project is more than 20 acres of open green spaces with thematic health and leisure pockets. Amenities are fantastic since it's such a big project. All the sporting facilities, including a mini football pitch, a swimming pool and gym and fitness center, of course, are a part of it. The data points of this micro market: inventory overhang, cause of concern, 37 months, slowdown clearly being witnessed over here in absorption. Mid-segment's weighted average price has been quite stagnant at 5,300 rupees, and the analyzed appreciation is linked to inflation, I would say about 7% on an analyzed basis. There are two other recommendations from our side, include Balaji Symphony by Vishesh Group. This is a project spread across 10 acres, again a decent sized project. Phase 1 is open with 7 towers currently, and 3 towers will be ready by March 2017. Developer has delivered more than 15 projects in Navi Mumbai. Amenities are again very good here: banquet hall, amphitheatre, swimming pool, clubhouse, multi-purpose indoor and outdoor area. And lastly, we have Indiabulls Greens Phase 2 by Indiabulls Real Estate. This project is spread across 80 acres of land. Phase 1 with 18 towers will be ready by July 2016. Located on Kon Savla Apte Road, project is only 800 meters from Mumbai-Pune highway. Indiabulls Greens have malls, Ryan International School, hospitals and clubhouses within the 7-acre community of it, which is going to be much beneficial for this project.
Okay, fair enough. So other than the 48.3 kilometer long high speed rail link, Sameer, there's also a 22.5 kilometer long Mumbai Trans Harbour link.
Sure.
Right, so that's also likely to be completed by 2020. So you will see actually traveling from any part, at least South Mumbai to Navi Mumbai, becoming a hugely easy task, especially after these two take over. Okay, so that's a quick summary of the projects that we've recommended in Panvel, Navi Mumbai in 1.2 crore rupees. That's the budget, and of course the project that you've shortlisted. And let me just tell all our viewers which one this was. Sai World City by Paradise Group also gets a go-ahead. So if you've got a question on property buying or need any advice, if you've shortlisted something and just want us to give you a go-ahead in terms of data and whether you're buying it at the right price, property@ndtv.com. That's how simple it is to reach out to you. But you have to leave your full name and contact number so we can get in touch with you, because follow-up questions are really important. It's a big decision and we want to make sure we give you the right advice. Meanwhile, the Maharashtra government seems to be, like I said a little bit before, in a hurry to complete the Navi Mumbai International Airport. It's been stuck for a decade, but now it's getting a lot of traction. Development of the airport land is expected to begin in the next couple of months, and this new activity has revived interest in the region again. Nikhil Narayan Sivdas joins us with this report.
The Navi Mumbai International Airport saga is famous for several false starts. Investor and end-user interest in real estate here has risen and fallen every time the airport ran into delays. But now the long wait may finally be over, with CIDCO awarding the tenders for the development of the land and work expected to start in the next couple of months.
The contracts have already been finalized, and the work will start post-monsoon. So by September, the works will be commencing.
While land development goes on, the process of finalizing bidders for constructing the airport is also at an advanced stage.
We are now in the financial stage of bidding. So we have issued the bid documents to them, and that process we are expecting that by December 2016, the bidders will be the partner will be in place.
Now the only obstacles to the airport are the final set of environmental approvals from the Ministry of Environment and Forests. But CIDCO officials are confident of getting them this week. But investors and end users don't seem to mind that detail, and interest in real estate in Navi Mumbai is picking up. Take the example of the recently created node of Pushpak Nagar, where land is being snapped up at astronomical prices.
The node which doesn't exist now, but it is there on the drawing board. It's called Pushpak Nagar, and it is right next to the airport. This is a greenfield node. Pushpak Nagar, the prices, I would say a year or two back was just around 2 crores an acre. But today, it is selling at close to 20 crore rupees an acre.
This surge in interest has come as good news for developers in Navi Mumbai, who are reporting a rise in enquiries in spite of it being the monsoon season, a time when sales are usually low. However, experts say the returns here may not be as high as in the past, with most established micro markets already having factored in the impact of the airport.
In the past, it has given like a kind of a 10 to 11% return year on year. So going forward, these markets are going to give a similar return, maybe slightly on a lower side, because in the earlier time the baseline was low, but now the baseline has revived. But it is still going to be a good and attractive return for the investors in the years to come.
Analysts say the bulk of investors and end-user activity will be focused on 3 key micro-markets, including Kargar, which is an established end-user destination, Panvel, which has large townships under construction, and finally Belapur, which is the commercial hub. Developers are also betting on the airport drawing in a large number of end-users who are looking for affordable housing.
There will be another level of confidence that okay, now finally the things are moving in a right direction. A price tag of around 4,000 to 6,000, 6,500. So that will be things will be available in Karanjade, Olve, Dronagiri, and Panvel, periphery, and all that. So that is possible there only.
Everyone agrees that the government is doing everything it can to complete the mega project, with both the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister asking for active status reports on the completion of the project. So if you are an investor or an end user looking at investing in Navi Mumbai, now might be the right time to do so. From Navi Mumbai, Nikhil Narayan Sivdas, NDTV.
Well, I don't know about now, but if really I had found that land at 2 crores and been able to exit at 20 crores now, that would have been the most fabulous real estate investment, good enough for me to retire. But let's find out from our experts who are joining us today. Rajesh Prajapati, Managing Director, Prajapati Constructions, and Ghulam Zia, Executive Director, Advisory Retail Hospitality, Knight Frank India, on what's really going on. Mr. Prajapati, welcome. Also Ghulam, thank you so much for joining me. Mr. Prajapati, this time around, it seems that yes, work's going to happen. But are you relieved, and you know, is it just a sigh of relief, or are you actually excited that things are moving?
No, we are quite euphoric for Navi Mumbai, especially you know, the sales picking up, and you know, there is a euphoria over there that there is a positive you know, turnaround, and the fence sitters are already looking at buying property. So there is a positive sentiments which have already seeped into the market, and we are quite not only relieved but positively euphoric about this development.
Okay, you are saying that euphoria is creeping in, and Ghulam Zia, that's what happens, isn't it? Euphoria precedes actual events, and there seem to be a slew of announcements in terms of connectivity for Navi Mumbai and now the airport work. Clearly, there are officers who are taking onus that things are going to move this time around. Do you think that euphoria is running ahead of what will really happen?
Well, I would send a word of caution because euphoria is not what it should be. It's, of course, the sales have started happening, some positive signs are emerging. But, the problem with euphoria is that then it kind of gives you a sense of if it is today, if it's today, if not, it's not there tomorrow. And that can actually push the prices up, and which is the biggest worry that I carry today. Because any euphoria only pushes the prices northwards, and that is not to be, because we're talking about healthy markets, and healthy market for most of them who are watching, I'm sure your viewers will have to also stand corrected, that a healthy market is not about price rise. Healthy market is about more volumes, and let me highlight, we are today talking about more volumes. More volumes, the developers will also be happy because things will start working out for them also, but then ultimately there has got to be some correction on prices nonetheless.
Oh, okay. Your report actually says that after a decline over past 5 years, launches in Navi Mumbai have doubled to over 4,500 units compared to about 2,200 units in the same period last year. So are you saying that developers have recalibrated their expectation on the value proposition and the new launches are happening at reasonable rates, or those are priced higher? What's going on in that market?
Well, the prices haven't really come down as such, and that's what I said just a short while back, that to my dismay, the prices haven't come down. What has really come down are the sizes of the apartments. There has been, on an average in the island city, in MMR, the reduction of about 16 to 18% in sizes have happened. So as I was jokingly talking to somebody that one of your bedroom is completely gone when you're talking about 15 to 18% reduction in your sizes. And that's something which is only to make sure that the buyers are getting some deal which is fitting their budgets. But to me, I am sure long term, this is not the solution. You can't really just keep on playing around with the sizes. You have to come back with some concrete understanding on how will you reduce the prices, because affordability continues to plague the markets today.
Mr. Prajapati, it's very hard for a developer to actually accept that prices can come down in any given market. Most of them say that, look, there is no room to cut prices. But do you really believe that market dynamics being as they are, sooner than later, probably not just size shrinkage, but price moderation is also bound to happen in Navi Mumbai?
No, Navi Mumbai, I am, prices going down in Navi Mumbai is not very likely, because inherently there is a big potential in Navi Mumbai. The economic drivers are there, the infrastructure, is coming in a big way. There are a lot of announcements which have been made. So people are looking at Navi Mumbai with an interest, and although the launches have increased, but to my mind, it does not seem to be, a case of oversupply or something. So prices coming down in Navi Mumbai in the near future, I don't see any possibility over there.
All right, so let me rephrase it then in a different way. The launches have definitely gone up in a time frame when pan-India launches have shrunk. Navi Mumbai is probably one of the markets which stands apart with launches doubling. Will that keep at least prices at the same level and not, have a situation where prices get carried away because of all these big announcements?
Yeah, the launches have taken place, but the prices will be at the same level, or we are expecting good sales, and we have already seen some sales happening. As I said earlier also, the fence sitters are taking decisions, and the fact that earlier the airport and Mumbai Transfer Harbour links were just projects on board, but now they have definite timelines, and those factors are really pushing the sales. So because we are getting good sales now than earlier, the builders are in a position to actually launch more projects. So there is a positive sentiment in Navi Mumbai, definitely.
Gulam, I'm surprised that you seem a little bit more skeptical than even I am. Generally, I'm the most skeptical of in any discussion. But if I look at things like the high-speed link, rail link, which has been announced, the Mumbai Trans-Harbour link, all of these things just seem to me that they are factors. If not now, this is going to make Navi Mumbai a far more accessible region, and then you've got big ITS companies also looking to set up shop, get large parcels of land which are more reasonable. Maybe, could you look ahead, maybe not the next 2 to 3 years, which are likely to be difficult, but ahead and tell me if this is a robust market, or at least you see it unfolding as a robust market?
Well, Manisha, it is a robust market. There is no two way about it. The Mumbai MMR market of real estate is starving for supply, starving for affordable supply. The only point where I differ with majority of them out there is about the prices. To me, prices don't make sense. Well, when you're talking about the tremendous improvement in infrastructure, let me highlight that before the announcement came in, the Panvel market was trading at about 1200 to 1500 rupees a square feet. And from there to the current prices of 6000 to 8000 rupees, you have actually squeezed every drop and more out of each of those project announcements. So my sole point is that even if you're talking about those ITS companies coming in over there, do you believe that the ITS company will have people working who can afford ₹1.5 crore rupees of a ticket size? I seriously doubt that, because rest of the country, the ITS demand only gives rise to 40 to 75 lakh rupees of houses. And here we're saying it's only because it's Mumbai that you will be buying 1 crore or 1.5 crore because you're working in ITS company in New Bombay. I don't digest that. So my discomfort lies only in one point, which is price. I continue to say that the market will look good, that the volumes will happen, but the prices will need a relook, seriously.
Okay, I think that's a very, very fair point, Mr. Prajapati. I don't know whether the industry will agree whether prices will come down. It's prices in Mumbai, MMR as a whole have been so sticky and for so long. It's such an underserved market that it's really worrying as well. Tell me, if I were to look at 3 micro markets which you think are probably the brightest in the entire Navi Mumbai landscape, which would these be?
First of all, the micro market of Dronagiri, because JNPT is only 4 kilometers from there, and JNPT is doubling its capacity, and also JNPT SEZ is coming over there, so which has an employment capacity or generation of 1.5 lakh jobs. So that is one area which will be a note to look at, that is Dronagiri. Secondly, what we are seeing is Ulve also coming up in a good way. And the third, I can say, of course, Panvel is a very, very good micro market to be in.
All right, and we will keep our fingers crossed that people can afford to buy homes there which are built by developers. Mr. Prajapati and Gulam Zia, Gulam, good to always have you on the show. You call spade a spade, and it's good to get that perspective as well. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. On the other side, we will move from Mumbai to Ahmedabad and get you some investment options in this city, and keep your questions coming in.